Hey there everybody, Mazarok here, and today is October 11th, and we've got the Great Vault. Now the season's been winding down for a bit, but I still do have 3 tanks with vaults on them, at least 2 Mythic Plus options each, and some with some Mythic Raid slots. Now if I'm a little bit less high energy today, I do apologize. I am most definitely suffering from the flu. I had to take the day off work. It's been generally unpleasant. Yesterday I wanted to do a video on the new Thundering affix for Dragonflight, but I was just such low energy I couldn't do it. So I'm mostly going to be resting up today, but I still wanted to get this done. So let's open up the Blood Decay, then we got some guild stuff to talk about. So the guild that I joined on Mal'Ganis a little while back, alright, we got some options here. We have a 304 Little Crit Big Haste Ring, which is not bad. I actually really like this. We have one of the Logic Loop of Synergies, so if you heal a target, blah, that's kind of actually pretty boring. Oh man, okay, so I actually do like this ring. I do. The problem is I kind of like my stats where they are now. I already have a crit haste ring, and the stats are a little bit closer together. But if I didn't, like, this is actually not a bad ring at all. I am actually going to take tokens here. I'm going to take tokens, and I might actually get sockets. I'm not sure about that. But, okay, so last week we had a raid meeting. What are the affixes? Bursting Volcanic. This is actually a really good week for keys, guys. This is actually a really good week for keys. This is one of the better tyrannical keys for sure. Now it's just a question of do I get... what are the things that I can buy here? I can buy gold. 2 things of gold. Gold or sockets? I'm really not sure yet. You guys tell me. Should I get sockets or should I just go for the gold? But yeah, so last week on Wednesday, our guild master told us to, our guild leader told us to shut the streams off a little bit early because there was a big old guild meeting occurring. And she announced that something that I had been kind of foreseeing, because her and I had some chats about this, but we want to make the switch into getting cutting edge. We want to kind of make that leap. So far we've been a semi kind of hardcore guild that just goes in, raids, takes the raid seriously while we're there, but we only raid X amount of time, and just to see kind of, you know, what kind of mythic bosses we can get down, through what kind of fun we can have. But we're going to be swapping to a much more progression-minded guild that is actually aiming for cutting edge. We've swapped raid leaders. One of our raid leaders needs a few months off, so we do have a different raid leader, which is completely fine, actually. I really like both raid leader, and both raid leaders have different styles, so it's actually going to be really, really fun to kind of see the two kind of balance in with one another. And I totally did not realize I was actually accidentally opening my vault on my paladin, which we have Major Domo's Dinner Bell with Leech. It's unfortunate that this is pretty much a garbage trinket. Oh man, that's terrible. This is actually just bad luck. And then we have a 304 Haste Mastery Waste, which is actually not bad. But I already have Unity on my waist, and I really don't feel like spending gold. Like, that's kind of like, that's part of the down thing here. Like, if this was earlier in the season, I was going to put more effort in my paladin, but, like, if it's October 25th, then, you know, if the pre-patch is October 25th, then there's really no point. I'm trying to kind of reserve whatever gold I can for crafting and things like that. I am also going to take tokens here. Oh, 2 for 2 tokens. That feels bad. That feels bad, man. But I really like both raid leaders' styles, right? So, like, our old one, I really liked how he did it. The new one, I really like how he did it as well. But we're also going to be much more, what's the proper terminology here? We're going to be enforcing, you know, certain things a lot. We're going, you know, holding people accountable and things like that, and me as well. And the guild leader had talked to me quite a bit about, you know, is this a good time for cutting edge and things like that? What are my goals? Because I am one of the main tanks, and I am kind of our flex tank, because our other raid leader is going to be co-tanking with me, but he strictly plays Vengeance Demon Hunter, so if we need tanks to swap for, let's say, extra grips, spell warding, or whatever it happens to be, I'm kind of the guy that I can play any of the tanks and has fun leveling all the tanks. So she wanted to make sure that I was okay with it, and I have been wanting this progression set mindset, this progression set this progression mindset has been growing in me for a while as well. Sorry, words are a little tough today. My brain's pretty cloudy. But yeah, so I've had this kind of growing in me, and I'm also starting to kind of realize where I want to be in the Mythic Plus world, and right now that's not high enough. I've been kind of reserving myself to play with friends and to try and push with friends a lot. Unfortunately, roster bosses, everything like that happens. People, can't get on time. People stop playing. People take breaks. And I have been feeling kind of left in the dust, and in Season 4... I have felt that quite a bit. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have quite a few friends, and I absolutely love playing with my friends, but I want to get more IO, and I want to progress further into the raid. I want to get cutting edge. That is a goal of mine. So I'm going to have to start being a little bit stricter on on myself for raid, but I'm also going to have to get used to pugging. I'm going to have to get used to pugging high keys. As much as the thing is, it's one of those things where the thought bothers me more than actually what it is. So that's one thing in Dragonflight. I absolutely want to be pushing a lot higher keys. Let's see what the Warrior has. The Warrior has a 304 bit band, which is Big Haste, Little Mastery. I'm currently rocking another one, but I'm mainly using it for the stats. But this one has a socket, which is actually kind of nice. 304 pants as well. 2 304 pants. We're going back to pants, guys. So this just kind of leads me to... Is this going to be worth... So the item level is kind of bleh. Am I going 3 for 3 sockets here? I think I'm going 3 for 3 sockets. I'm item level 300 already. I was really hoping for like an Enforcer's Stun Grenade or whatever. But what I could do is just get 2 sockets and just put them into the haste to this here and this here. And I actually think I get more stats because I'm not getting any main stat out of this. So for 1 token I get 2 sockets, or for 1 ring I could get 1 socket and a little bit of eye level. But the eye level would only give me a little bit of stamina. Alright, 3 for 3 sockets. This is the first time this season, guys, that we've gotten that 3 for 3 sockets. It's kind of... that's not fun. 3 for 3 thingies. So I've been wanting to socket these out for a while, so we're gonna do that. But yeah, so now I've had to come to terms with what I'm going to be doing in Dragonflight, with my plans and my goals and what I'm going to want to be doing. And that is, I want to progress more. I want cutting edge. I want to climb the leaderboards in Mythic Plus. I have been testing... I've been doing a lot of testing when it comes to beta. I did it this weekend. I wanted to make a Thundering video on, the new seasonal affix. Unfortunately, I just haven't done it. This kind of is what it is. I might get that done later tonight if I'm feeling up to it. Like I said, I've been feeling pretty cruddy. I've ended up catching up on Andor, though, which is really, really nice. Great show so far. I love to see where it's going. So I'm pretty much fully caught up there on Rings of Power. But yeah, so going forth into Dragonflight, I'm going to be looking at doing much higher end content and expecting more out of myself and things like that, which means I have to shrink the amount of tanks that I play. And it is looking like I'm going to be letting go of the leather tanks and kind of going back to my roots of being kind of a plate specialist. Because right now we have monks, we have druids, and we have demon hunters within our raid. But we do not have many people picking up Warrior, Blood Decay, and Paladin, and this allows me to flex on all 3 while still making YouTube content for all 3. But I'm really excited for Dragonflight with where we're going. I think our guild has the opportunity to get cutting edge this next season in Dragonflight. I really think we do. We've got a good core group. I think it just... At times, it lacked direction, it lacked the will, and that's gonna happen, right? When you don't set forth the pace of, hey, we're getting cutting edge, a lot of people start taking the mythic bosses to be a little lackluster, don't pay as much attention, some people just show up for parse, and things like that, where, like, when we're progging, it's like, no. If the raid leader says do this, you have to do this. If he says stop damage, it's stop damage. No one cares about your parse, it's stop damage. If he says go here and do this mechanic, go there and do that mechanic, you know what I mean? So that's gonna have to bring out the better in me as a tank, because on occasion, I haven't taken the raid that seriously in a couple of seasons, just because I've been uninterested, but that interest in me is definitely growing. And now that we're making this jump, I'm very, very excited for this jump. So yeah, so you're going to be seeing a lot of Prot Warrior, Blood Decay, and Protection Paladin probably next season. The first two for sure, but my goal for Dragonflight leveling is literally just pound these out one at a time. Just like back to back to back to back, just go. And go ham and no life it for like 3 straight days, and then start living in Heroics and the Mythic Zeros for the first 2 weeks. For all 3 of them, while getting my chosen professions up, because I'm so happy professions are coming back. My Blood Decay and my Warrior are actually both going to be armor. Blacksmithing, sorry. One is going to be armor, and one is going to be weapons. Weaponsmith. I'll eventually have to give one up, which is fine, but this will allow me to gear up all 3 of my plate tanks very, very quickly and very, very well as, you know, the opportunity to make quite a bit of gold through kind of that specialization of, hey, I'm the blacksmith. But I'm also planning on picking up another profession. I don't know whether that's going to be enchanting, alchemy. I think alchemy could be really, really useful, as well as, you know, there's always engineering that could be cool. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of undecided, but I'd also maybe like to do jewel crafting. I have jewel crafting on my paladin now, but I haven't really done anything with it. So maybe if I could make, you know, necklaces and rings, my paladin can make necklaces and rings, then then I could supply those to my Blood Decay and my Prot Warrior as well while we're leveling and things like that, if I can just find the time. So there's going to be a lot of farming and a lot of things like that. Some money being spent on ore and all that fun stuff, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of good. But I really like where the guild is going. I'm very, very happy, and I'm happy to be part of this, and I've been wanting to take the game in a more serious tone for a while now within my progression in myself and how good of a tank that I can be, and I want to show that I can be a mythic level tank on any tank that I pick. It just requires me to actually, you know, have the will and go for it and try and find ways to figure it out. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys had a much better vault than mine. Token Simulator. It's been the first Token Simulator of Season 4, so we're looking pretty good. But as moving forward, we're going to be seeing more Warrior, more Blood Decay, more Paladin, and those sorts of vaults going through. And I'm very excited for pre-patch to kind of test how completely ridiculous. I think Warrior's just going to be absolutely, like, broken insane in pre-patch. And I mean broken insane, but we'll see how it goes there. So have yourselves a good one, guys. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.